Hey there. Before we get into this episode, I wanted to give some insight into it. See, the tone and the mood of this vlog changed so dramatically throughout filming it that the story I left the house wanting to tell and planning to tell completely disappeared. And during the editing, it became clear that the vlog was going to take a completely different direction. And because of that, a bit more context was needed. You see, this vlog almost never happened. I went out earlier in the day for a few hours to film a unrelated walking photography vlog. Then Shay and I ran some errands and met up for a very socially distanced coffee with some friends. By the time we got home, it was very late in the day and I was pretty spent. I had told Shay my idea of filming the empty shopping streets of Amsterdam on the last weekend day before Christmas and how I thought it would be cool to share with friends all over the world. She thought it was a good idea. But I also said I didn't think I was actually going to film it because I was tired and I didn't know how I was going to pull it all together to tell a compelling story. And right now, Amsterdam is no different than so many other places in the world. I had all but scrapped the idea, but something kept nagging me about it. So you can imagine the surprise on Shay's face when I walked into the living room all geared up saying, I'm heading out to film. I walked out the door and I started filming the story I thought I was going to tell. I came home from filming in a different mood than when I left. The mood felt heavy, but not down or sad, and at the same time I felt energized in a strange way. Normally I'm super slow at editing. It's not uncommon for me to edit a vlog a month or more after I filmed it. But I immediately dumped the cards and started putting all the clips into a timeline. I knocked out a rough cut in a matter of hours, and it became very clear why my mood had changed. It also became clear that this episode needed a bit more attention than I normally give my edits. While watching it, you can almost tell the moment shit became real, and it turned from, hey, check out Amsterdam, to, wow, this is the world we live in right now. It's uncharted territory, and we have no prior experiences to draw off of to kind of foresee the outcome. And the unknowing of what the future truly holds for whatever our new normal will be is all a crapshoot at this point. All that came to the surface during the filming of this vlog, and it was the first time I have had a chance to look at myself and as the realization set in and as I vocalized my thoughts. I think that's why this episode held so much presence and why I haven't been able to stop thinking about it and why I wanted to give it its just due with the edit. So with all that out there now, let's jump into it. So here's the plan. Today is Super Sunday, meaning that it is the last Sunday before Christmas. So it should be a huge, packed shopping day. But here in Amsterdam, we are in a pseudo-lockdown where only essential stores are allowed to be open, which means all the clothing stores and everything, every place that you would do your Christmas shopping at, should be closed or is closed. So I'm taking this opportunity to see the city on a time that I hope I will never have to experience again. I'm going to mount the GoPro on the bicycle. I am going to ride out to some of the busiest shopping areas of Amsterdam to share and document how it is in the city right now. So I need to unlock the bike. I need to probably fill up the tires because I haven't ridden the bicycle in probably 2-3 months. Get the GoPro mounted, and I've only got about an hour of sunlight left. So let's get out of here. Utrechtstraat. It's actually one of my favorite streets in the city, or at least in the city center, because it still has that very much of that old charm of the city, but it's all like boutique shops, so there's no real major brands here, but this street is usually packed. One of the top rated coffee shops is right down the street. There's a great record store here that usually has a line outside of it, and a great cafe. There's a lot of food on this street also, and it's busy. I mean, it is busier than I actually thought it was going to be, but far less busy than it is on any other time. And it's just so, every store is just, they're just closed. They're just not open at all. So it's a really strange, eerie feeling. From here, I'm going to head a little bit further north. I think I'm going to try to head to the flower market next. So this is the famous floating flower market. Now, flower markets were deemed essential, so they could stay open. But as you notice, the only ones that are actually open are the ones at each end of the street. It's kind of a known fact that the majority of the floating flower market no longer actually sells flowers of any kind. It's all trinkets and stuff like that. I don't know the exact rules on what percentage of what makes you a flower market, but this street is normally, I mean, it's just packed all the time, and it is everything is closed. So from here I'm gonna go to Kinkerstraat, which is a huge shopping street. Beginning, or the south part of Kalverstraat. Kalverstraat is the major shopping street here in Amsterdam for like tourists and near the city center. It has all of the stores on it that you would kind of expect. There's like 2 or 3 H&Ms, there's Nike, Under Armour. Every major brand has a store on this street, and this street is hit really hard because everything is closed down. So I can't ride my bike through here. Well, normally you wouldn't even be able to hardly walk through here, let alone even think about riding a bike. I don't want to get in trouble for riding a bike through here. I don't want to completely disobey all of the rules, but I'm going to try to walk the bike through here and then head up to Dam Square, which is where our Christmas tree is in Amsterdam, and see how busy it is up there. So this is Dam Square. I mean, this is the mecca point of every tourist that ever comes to Amsterdam. Over here is the old palace. There's the new Kirk, the new church. World War II monument over there, and our Christmas tree. On any given weekend, this square is packed. I mean, it is just beyond belief packed, and you can hardly even move in it. And here I am the last Sunday before Christmas, and it's busy. There's no doubt about it. It's busier than I thought it was going to be. But in every measure, it is significantly less busy than it would be on any other day. I'm going to head over across the street. Actually, that's Bijenkorf over there. Bijenkorf, think of it as the 34th Street Macy's of Amsterdam. It's 4 or 5 stories. It's got a great restaurant up top. It is a madhouse. 5 million people a month, I believe, is the foot traffic that goes through that Bijenkorf. Now it's 0. There's absolutely nobody. It's completely shut down. So I'm going to continue on and try to see what the best place to go is next. I think my next stop is going to be Roken, which is another major shopping street. I don't want anybody to think that I'm making this video lightheartedness or anything like that. I'm making it mainly to show how dramatic it is that on the Sunday before Christmas everything is closed. You know, like we just went down Kalverstraat and Roken, and the H&M's, the Nikes, the Under Armours, those big brands. Okay, cool. They can weather the storm and everything like that, but it's the places like this behind me, Het Lagerhuis. A friend of ours who owns a bar in the neighborhood that we live in sunk his soul and his life savings and everything into building out this beautiful bar. They've got 50 beers on tap, and not just any beers. I mean, these are beers that he brings in by hand from Belgium and stuff. And they've got amazing food. I mean, amazing food. Great chicken wings, great chicken and waffles, which if you know me is one of my favorite foods ever. But shortly after he opened, you know, the first wave of COVID came, and it kind of locked everything down, and he had to close. And then it opened up a little bit so that he could sit people outside and small quantities inside. And now here we are again, locked down in the winter time, which is terrible. They need the income and stuff like that. So this video isn't made as a, hey, cool, look at this, look at how fun this is and stuff like that. It's kind of to show how big of an impact a lockdown like this has on a city like Amsterdam. And again, you know, the Vodafones and the KPNs and stuff like that, and the Bijenkorfs, I'm really sad that they're shut down and stuff. But the little local places, I mean, we were so excited when this opened, because now when we come down to Roken with family and friends, there's a place that we can get great food and great beer at reasonable prices. And now there's newspaper in the windows, and I haven't talked to Yuri in a while, but I hope things are doing well. I know he pivoted the other bar to be a bottle shop so that they can still make some income. But we just hope that at the end of all of this, that places like Het Lagerhuis here are still open. I'm going to go to 1 or 2 more places on this tour and then head home, starting to lose the lights, so I want to get in before it gets too cold. So one of the strangest things for me during this whole lockdown and all of that is seeing the canals empty. We don't have a boat or anything like that, but at any given time there's a million different tour boats that go up and down these canals showing everybody the city and stuff like that. And to not see the lovers' boats on the canals is such a weird, eerie, it's just... When I see the canals empty, it really hits home to me that they're taking big efforts to kind of keep everybody safe. But that's just a little side note about how I feel and what makes me realize that we're in the shit. Let's continue our little tour. So I'm about to go down Leidsestraat. Currently I'm at the corner of Leidsestraat and Herengraat. Herengraat is one of the most popular canals. It's the innermost canal of the rings. And Leidsestraat is a hugely popular shopping area. Anthropologie, Abercrombie and Fitch, Hugo Boss, all the higher name stores and brands have stores here. And from what I can see right now, it's empty in comparison. But I'm going to put this down, mount up the GoPro on the bike, and I'm going to ride down Leidsestraat, which is like, I would never even consider doing that this time of day on a Sunday. So let's go for a ride. Okay, last stop of the tour, or whatever you want to call this. I picked this as the last stop because this really kind of hits home for me a little bit more too. This is the Rijksmuseum in the back. My opinion, probably the best museum in all of Amsterdam. So last year, this reflecting pond, they turned it into an ice skating rink. And there's a bridge going over it. And over here, there's a whole Christmas village with hot wine and food and beer and little fire pits and all that. And over there, there was a market that they do once a month here. And it's a place that you could come and you could buy locally made stuff by local artisans. Like a photographer friend of mine actually had a booth in the Christmas market and sold all kinds of calendars and prints. And it was mainly used by locals. It was families and everything that came here. And this year it's not here. The weather's gorgeous here this weekend. It would be a great time to spend here. And Shane and I had such an amazing time last year coming and hanging out. And this year, this missing kind of really drives home the fact that 2020 is fucked. I mean, it is. I can't wait for it to be over. I hope that next year all of this stuff comes back and all of the restaurants that are struggling can make a recovery. But I'm gonna end that here, and I'm gonna head home. I've still gotta eat dinner, and we've got to eat oliebollen, and it's starting to get cold. But thanks for watching. I hope this kind of gave you a little bit of an insight of what it's like on the last Sunday before Christmas and how slow and closed the city is. Yeah, until next time, we'll see you later.